today we are actually doing a Patreon question. This comes from Intrigue Gaming. He wanted to know what game did I play back in the day that I was fascinated with, and then pretty much what does that game mean to me now. One of the games I could really think of, I would say, is Star Ocean. Now, Star Ocean, I was actually walking to the bus stop home from high school one day, and I remember I walked into my store, Gameland. And Gameland in Gardena, pretty much they focus on a lot of, I would say, import gaming as well. So I went in there and they had on the screen Star Ocean playing, the intro to Star Ocean, the second story for PlayStation. And then I was like, what game is this? And he said, oh, Star Ocean. And he showed me a magazine about it. And I found out the game had I think there's somewhat like 82 different endings. And I was like, whoa, what kind of game has that? That's crazy. So I looked at gameplay, saw how it was action RPG. And then what really intrigued me about the game was that it was in space. You know, it had to do with space travel. And I was really fascinated with astronomy back in high school. And I still somewhat am now. But back then I was like really into it. So I said, oh my God, I must have this game. So I remember I saved up money for it. And just kind of like how I saved up money, I just didn't like buy a lot of things like that I would usually buy, like at school, buy lunch and all that stuff. And if I had to catch the bus, I would just walk instead or to my destination. So that's how I saved up a lot of money too. And it was weird because at the time we had moved from Gardena to Ontario, which is like an hour and a half away from my high school. So it was like I had no access to like buying the game because I wasn't around any stores. Well, the part of Ontario I moved to was pretty much barren. Like there was no places around there. They were still building stuff around there. So I was away from all my stores. And this was kind of close to the time I was about to graduate high school. And I remember one day I got home and I found there was EB Games close to me, and I haven't just called them, hey, you guys know when the new Star Ocean comes out. Now, mind you, this is like before internet and finding out release dates for certain games. I didn't have all that access. I wasn't really on the internet at the time. And they said, yeah, we have it in. And I was just blown away. So went and got it, came home, played it, and I think I played that thing all damn near a week, just all into it. And it's just an amazing experience for me. I'll never forget how much fun I had playing it. Just like the way the characters will react to each other, how certain characters could fall in love with each other or dislike each other or really help each other in battle. It was just amazing. And what really got me into that game, I was already into, but what really got me into it is that you could level up. Is like pretty much hardcore in the game. Like you go to certain parts of the game and just grind. Like what I did, because I wanted my main character to be the strongest character in the game, of course. So what I did was I would take people out of my party and have him go battle crazy battles by himself, like crazy monsters that you're not supposed to beat right now. I would find a way to beat them. And I remember by the end of the first disc, I think I had Claude, which is the main male protagonist. He was at I think level 70, so I was like way ahead of the game. So the game was like really fun at the time, and I ended up beating it, of course, multiple times. And here's the funny thing, though, I never knew about the special ending that you could get in the game if all the characters are all friends with each other. There's a special ending you get at the end of the game besides the regular character endings that you get. So I found that out actually years later, damn near 20 years later, recently now actually. So the 20th anniversary kind of came up for the game, and I just decided to celebrate it for myself. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I'm going to play Star Ocean second story. Now the game has actually been released on the PSP, which is, I would say, it's the preferred version of the game because of stuff they added to the game. Character arts are different in that game, but I like the originals better from the PlayStation. So anyway, I decided to play the game again. And at this time, I would say I was pretty much burnt out on RPGs, like the current RPGs. So I was like, nah, man, I don't know if I could do it. I popped that thing in, and it felt like 20 years ago when I played it for the first time. And that was amazing to me. So I kind of figured out how I'm not really burnt out on RPGs. I'm just trying to, I just like playing the older ones. Those are the ones I really feel good with. I feel like a lot of dedication went into those games, and I just feel like the 5th generation, 6th generation, those are the golden years of RPGs, and I felt that I really that proved itself to me by going back and playing it today. I went back and played this game and beat it all the way through, and it was kind of cool because I put it on my PS3 and I played it on there, and it upscaled it a bit, so of course it looked a lot better than it did back in the day. But man, it was just really a lot of fun, and it's funny, I remembered everything in the game. I didn't get stuck. It was just like I hadn't forgot anything in it. It's just still a lot of fun. Very amazing game. If you have a chance to pick up Star Ocean, the second story, definitely pick it up. You don't need to play the first game in order to get into it because it kind of recaps the first game to you. But seriously, this is the best Star Ocean to me. Even though some consider the third one, besides the crazy ending the third one has, but hopefully they'll keep continuing the Star Ocean games. I pretty much have all the Star Ocean games. Even I have a Blue Sphere, which hopefully one day will get translated in English by somebody. I don't know. But yeah, just an amazing series. If you want like I would say what you would call like a kind of like a free roam RPG where you kind of go where you want at certain like you go anywhere you want pretty much, and this is it, you know. And one of the other events in the game that I forgot to mention so far is that the Star Ocean games are known for private actions. Now, private actions are how characters kind of they kind of like become friends or even lovers depending on the answers you give them in private actions. Like they might have a personal event going on or something like that, or maybe one of them doesn't have enough money to buy something at the store. You come and help them out. You know, you guys become friends, like become closer because of that. Things like that. And that they have a bunch of private actions in this game, and that helps you get a certain ending in the game. Now, all Star Ocean games have done it, but I think Star Ocean 2, the second story, and the first one possibly have done it the best. I think they kind of like pulled back a focus off of the private action thing, probably around maybe a little past the third one or maybe at the third one. I can't really remember too much. But anyways, guys, Star Ocean, this is the game that I love. Seriously, there's a lot of games I could go back and talk about, but shout out to Intrigue Gaming for giving me this question. I appreciate you, bro. That means a lot because I like talking about this stuff because it's just so nostalgic to me. And dang, this case looks nice too. I actually taking care of this case, no cracks in it. But anyways, guys, Radical Reggie, and I will see you later.